Buenos días, clase de español. It's been a while. This video is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade Spanish. We will be stopping at different parts for each grade. If you're listening to the song that I'm playing, you'll remember it from class. The song, la canción, se llama, it's called Si se puede. And it comes from the verse from the Bible where it says, I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me, even online work. So let's listen for a bit. Que el amor de Dios tu corazón lo llene. Canta conmigo, sing with me. Si se puede, si se puede. Tu corazón lo llene. Hoy, today, vamos a hablar sobre los verbos en español. We're going to be learning about verbs in Spanish. In particular, AR verbs that end in AR in Spanish. Primero, first, vamos a decir la fecha de hoy. Let's say today's date. Hoy es lunes, el 30 de marzo de 2020. Muy bien. So, we're going to learn about present tense AR verbs in Spanish. Verbs in Spanish conjugate. That means that the ending changes depending on the subject pronoun. It's kind of like this in English. I need, you need, she needs. Notice if I say he or she needs, I add an S at the end of that verb. In some ways, that's like conjugation in Spanish. But before we review the verb today that we're going to talk about, we need to review subject pronouns. When I want to say I in Spanish, I say yo. Repite, yo. When I want to say you, I say tú. Now, if you notice, this tú has an acento, an accent over it. Some of you might already be knowing what I'm about to say. This accent's very important. When I have the accent over this you in tú, it means you. If I leave the accent off, it means your. So we need to have the accent on it when we want to say you. If you notice, the word, it says you informally. Informally means that we're talking to someone that we already know, that's in our family, someone we know pretty well, or someone younger than us. It's an informal you. In English, you have one you, whether you're talking to an adult, your grandparents, or your little sister or brother, or your friend. But in Spanish, we have two ways to say one word, this word, you. We have an informal way, tú, when we're talking to people that are our age or younger, people we know very well, our family. And then we have a formal way of saying you, which is usted. Repite, usted. We use this for people that are older than us, new acquaintances, new friends, or strangers. So, two ways to say you. When I want to say he, I say él. Repite, él. Notice the acento, the accent over the E. That's important too. It's a part of the word, just like tú. If I leave it off, it means the. So we need to keep the accent over the E. When I want to say she, I say ella. Notice the doble L. That doble L makes a y sound, if you remember from the alfabeto lesson that we had last week. For third grade, these are the subject pronouns that I want you to go over and to remember. You're going to be giving an assignment using these subject pronouns with the verb I'm going to introduce in just a moment. Fourth graders, you're going to learn one additional subject pronoun, and that is how we say they. In Spanish, we have two ways to say they, and it's just depending on the gender of the group. If it's boys and girls, we'll say ellos. If it's just girls, we will say ellas. If it's just boys, ellos. So two ways to say they. Fourth grade, these are the subject pronouns you're going to be focusing on in the lesson today. And your assignment will just be on these subject pronouns. Quinto grado, fifth grade. You have two more. When I want to say we, I have two ways, just like with they, depending on gender. If I want to say boys and girls, we are a we, I say nosotros. If it's just a we that has girls, nosotras. If it's just boys in the we say nosotros. The last one is actually two words in English, you all, sometimes we say y'all. In Spanish, we have ustedes. Now, ustedes looks a lot like usted. And in Spain, España, for them to say you all, they use something called vosotros, because just in Spain, saying ustedes would be a formal you all. But the rest of Latin America, when we want to say y'all or you all, we say ustedes. So I just want you to focus on ustedes, meaning you all. Fifth grade, you're going to use all of these in today's lesson in conjugating the verb I'm just going to speak about right now. And remember, for third, fourth, and fifth grade, everything that I'm saying is going to be on your guided sheet that's going to be attached to your lesson. So you don't have to worry about, you can go over this lesson again, or you can refer to the guided sheet. So now we're going to learn the verb that we're going to use with all of these subject pronouns. And that's the verb necesitar. Can you guess what necesitar means? Necesitar means to need. Two words in English, to need. If you notice, the ending, the last two letras are rojo, they're red. And that's because I want you to look at just that ending for a moment. When a verb ends in an AR, and there are other endings that we're going to be learning about. We're going to just focus on the AR present tense verb necesitar today. When it has the AR attached to it, it's what's called the infinitive, the original form of the verb. The letters in black right here that stay in every conjugation is called the stem. And that will stay the same. And we're going to take off the AR depending on which subject pronoun we use. So this part right here is going to get removed, and you're going to see that right now. When I want to say I need, I say yo necesito. Repite, yo necesito. When I want to say you need, informally, tú necesitas. When I want to say he needs or she needs, we'll start with he needs, él necesita. She needs, ella necesita. When I want to say you respectfully need, usted necesita. Now, third grade, you're going to be responsible to know how to say Yo necesito, tú necesitas, él necesita, ella necesita, and usted necesita. Just that part right there. And if you notice, the parts that are in rojo, red, are the endings that changed. If I say yo, my word's going to end in an O. Yo necesito. When I want to say you informally, I say tú necesitas. It ends in an AS. When I want to say él necesita, or and that's he needs, ella necesita, she needs, or usted necesita, you respectfully need, you notice all three of them, those verbs are going to end in just an A. So the endings go o, as, a. Now, third grade, you're going to stop the video in just a moment, and you're going to write sentences, the assignments on your guided sheet on the back. It's going to say, write some sentences using these phrases. For example, if I want to say, I need a pencil, yo necesito un lápiz. You need the glue. Tú necesitas el pegamento. She needs an eraser. Ella necesita una goma. If I want to say, you respectfully need the scissors. Usted necesita las tijeras. If I want to say, he needs a marker, él necesita un marcador. You're going to be creating sentences, and everything that you need is going to be on that guided sheet to do that. You're going to create them on a separate sheet of paper, and then when you're done, you can, I would first write them in English and then translate them into Spanish. You can take a picture of that and send it to me, to my email that's on the guided sheet, or send it as an attachment to my email. Again, you don't need to print out anything. You could just use paper and pencil to write those sentences and look at the guided sheet as a document online. So third grade, you can stop the video now. Adios. Fourth grade, your extra one is ellos, ellas necesitan. And if you notice, the endings, like I said with third grade, have changed, except now for here, when I say they need, ellos, ellas means they need, ellos, ellas, whichever one you use, necesitan. So the endings for you go like this: o, as, a, an. Your assignment is the same as third grade. You're going to use these phrases along with your classroom objects sheet for the vocab that you'll need for your sentences. And to say they need in Spanish, for example, you could say, they need some chairs. Ellos necesitan unas sillas. So, fourth grade, you can use these in your sentences today. Right now, when you're done the assignment, you can go and get a blank sheet of paper and practice writing using all the information on your guided sheet and your classroom vocab list. Again, you can send this as an attachment or take a picture of your work like some of you are doing, which is awesome, and send it into my email. Hasta luego. Fifth grade, quinto grado. You have two more. You're going to be using all of these. The last two are we need, nosotros or nosotras necesitamos, or you all need, ustedes necesitan. We need a table. Nosotros necesitamos una mesa. You all need some chairs. Ustedes necesitan unas sillas. Again, you're going to use all of these in writing original sentences. I would write them in English first and then translate them to Spanish. All the information that you need is going to be on your guided sheet and also the classroom object vocab. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I look forward to seeing your work. Hasta luego.